Here's what nobody tells beginner soap makers about equipment. You don't need $1,000 to start soap making. So today we're gonna talk about the 3 tiers of soap making starting equipment. So tier number 1 is the cheapest possible way to start soap making. This is like survival guide basically. Tier number 2 is the recommended one, which is the best value for beginners. Tier number 3 is the premium one. So this is the pro setup, but I would say it's an overkill for starting out soap making. So let's start with the cheapest possible way to start soap making. It's not recommended, but it's possible if you're looking to basically start soap making today. And if you're new here, my name is Perry. I have a background in chemical engineering and a master's in biotechnology, and I'm obsessed with understanding formulation and the why behind things. If you're looking to go from an overwhelmed beginner to a confident soap maker that understands formulation and knows how to not only copy recipes, but how to design their own recipes, then I have an ebook that contains 15 tested recipes from dish soap, hand soap, body soap, to shampoo, conditioner bar, hand creams, and so on. It has helped hundreds of soap makers so far, and I would love to hear what you have to say about it. So let's get down to the first one, the cheapest possible version. So for this one, you're gonna use tap water instead of distilled water. Can you make soap with tap water? Absolutely. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. Because if you want consistency over your soap batches, you want to use distilled water. Tap water contains a lot of impurities that might interfere with your saponification reaction, but this is the cheapest possible version, so that's why we're gonna keep it tap water. So this is basically zero cost. Then you're gonna use a plastic bowl that you have at home. Ideally, you want a stainless steel bowl, but again, we're doing it the cheapest possible way. Then you're gonna use olive oil, which is gonna cost around $8 per kilo, depending on where you live. Some places olive oil is more expensive, other places is less expensive. We're gonna keep it at 8. Coconut oil is gonna be $9 per kilo. Then sodium hydroxide, which is what you need to convert your oils into soap, is gonna be around $8 per kilo. Then for this cheapest possible way, we're not gonna use a blender, so we're gonna do just hand mixing. So you're gonna take a spatula to basically mix your oils and lye solution together. This is gonna take time. It's possible, but it takes around 20 to 30 minutes, while with a stick blender it takes 2 minutes. Then a mold. So typically we would use a soap making mold. It can be many different molds. I have dozens of different molds. But for this one, we're gonna use an old cardboard box, or you can also make your own homemade mold using wood. A digital scale, that will be around $10. This is a must. We have to, even though this is the cheapest possible way, we still need a scale. And the next thing we need is protective gear. You cannot make soap without protective gear. This is a non-negotiable. You need gloves, you need goggles. So this is the bare minimum basically. So overall, that will be approximately $40 if you're looking to start soap making today. This is the cheapest possible way to make soap, and you will need approximately around 70% olive oil. That will be 700 grams, which cost $5.6, and 30% coconut oil, which will be around $2.7, and sodium hydroxide will cost you around $1 for one soap making batch. And from this soap making batch, you will be able to get around 10 to 12 soap bars of around 100 grams. So this will be enough to last you probably 6 to 9 months. Then let's go to tier number 2, which is the best value for beginners. This is the recommended, this is what I recommend. Number 1, you buy distilled water. It costs like $2 per kilo. As I said, distilled water is important if you want consistency over your batches and you don't want impurities that will interfere with your saponification reaction. Number 2, you buy stainless steel bowls. You don't use aluminum balls because aluminum balls might react with sodium hydroxide. Before we were using plastic balls, and if you have hard plastic, that's still okay, but the best is to use good grade, high grade stainless steel balls. So that will be around $40 actually. Then again, olive oil, coconut oil. So olive oil will be $8, coconut oil will be around $9 per kilo. Then shea butter, this we are adding an extra butter which will add extra properties to our soap, so that will be around $10 per kilo. And if you're new here, olive oil is basically what gives conditioning properties to your soap. It's high in oleic acid, and oleic acid converts to sodium oolate once it reacts with lye, and sodium oolate is the substance that basically gives a gentle conditioning and long-lasting lather. Then we have coconut oil, which basically provides cleanliness to your soap because it's high in lauric and myristic acid. When those react with lye, they give sodium laurate and sodium myristate that are very water soluble and they bubble a lot. And then we have shea butter, which is high in stearic and palmitic acid, and all it does is that it adds a lot of creaminess to your lather. So olive oil, shea butter, coconut oil work really well together. Then we have lye, $8 per kilo. Then we have a stick blender, and a stick blender is basically this thing right here. And the reason we use stick blender is to mix oils and lye solution and create an amazing emulsification. You can still do hand mixing, it just takes a lot of time, while with this you make sure that everything has combined well together, and it costs around $50. Then you need to buy a mold, like this one or this one. This is a very classic mold, or again you can make your own, but let's say you buy one around $15, then a digital scale around $10, protective gear around $5, and then an infrared thermometer. This is $15, and it's super important because, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, we need to mix our oils and lye solution together in low similar temperature. So we need to make sure to monitor the temperature while we do everything we do. If you don't do that, you will end up having a soap butter that might accelerate, that might overheat, that might solidify so fast that you won't have time to pour it into the mold. You might even get the so-called soap volcano, where the soap butter starts overheating and overflowing out of your soap mold, and that's totally possible, trust me. I tried doing that on purpose once and it works. It can happen. So I highly recommend the thermometer. So that gives us a total of $172. So this is basically my recommendation, which is, if you don't want to spend a tons of money in different equipment and different ingredients, this will get you started, the most basic recipe out there. And now let's go to the third tier, which is the premium, basically what will get you to the next level. So here we will add more oils. So we will add castor oil, as castor oil is high in ricinoleic acid and adds thickness to your lather. It's amazing. It works very well with coconut oil, shea butter, and olive oil. I believe with olive oil, castor oil, shea butter, and coconut oil, these four oils are enough to make a lot of different soaps. You can make sensitive skin soap high in olive oil. You can make cleansing soap high in coconut oil. You can make shaving soap high in shea butter, and castor oil basically fits in all of them. So these are the four oils that I would recommend you to have basically in most of your recipes. Then we have beef tallow. Beef tallow is also a great ingredient. It's very similar to shea butter if you want more oil variety. But again, here I would not spend money on expensive oils without looking at the quality first. So of course, avocado oil, wow, it sounds amazing and it's an amazing oil, but it's no different than olive oil. So you pay more money to get something that doesn't really add any extra nutrients. Why? You will tell me, but Perry, avocado oil is amazing. It has a lot of antioxidants and vitamins that olive oil does not have. That is true, but the thing is, saponification happens in an alkaline environment, which is very harsh, meaning that we have our oils that react with sodium hydroxide in a high pH and convert into soap and glycerin. So under these harsh conditions, all these nutrients, vitamins and antioxidants, they get degraded. So there's nothing left from them in the final product. And that's why I don't really recommend people to buy expensive oils like avocado oil or macadamia oil, which is an amazing oil, but it's 4 times more expensive than olive oil. So if you're looking to make something that works well, but at the same time it's affordable and something that you could turn into a business, then stick with oils like coconut oil, shea butter, beef tallow, castor oil. You can also use, instead of olive oil, you can use high oleic sunflower oil. This might be cheaper in certain areas. This is very close to olive oil. If you use any other type of oil, check the linoleic acid concentration, because if the linoleic acid concentration is high, that means your oil has a higher chance of getting dreaded orange spots, which means that it has a higher chance of rancidity and basically oxidizing and looking orange like that. Then I would add additives like honey, charcoal, turmeric, some milks and juices, some micas to add some colorants. I would buy essential oils which are natural, so I will buy both base, middle and top notes. So as you know, essential oils are separated into 3 categories. We have essential oils that are very heavy molecular weight and long lasting, meaning base notes. We have middle notes that are slightly lighter than base notes and evaporate slightly faster. And then we have top notes like the citrusy oils that are very low molecular weight, which means they evaporate really fast and they fade away really fast. And you need all 3 of them if you want a long-lasting essential oil blend. Then fragrance oils. Fragrance oils are synthetic. Make sure you buy safe fragrance oils that do not contain any phthalates or parabens. And fragrance oils are very long-lasting, they're potent, and they're much cheaper than essential oils. I like to use a combination of essential oils and fragrance oils. So I would recommend you start with tier number 2 and then scale up. First, master a simple recipe. First, master how to make a simple soap making recipe. I have one also in the description below. So don't buy premium quality oils and premium quality ingredients, essential oils, fragrance oils, honey, charcoal, all of the additives, unless you have mastered a very simple recipe first. So first master the simple and then scale up. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope this video could add value to you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time.